of the Hall of Game podcast. It's been a few days. I had to take some days off, man. I was a little burnt out. I was streaming, and we produced almost 100 or something videos last month on this channel, which was a record. So, I do thank you, brothers, for being patient with us and waiting here. But we wanted to weigh in on the popular Instagram post that was created by the future attorney who graduated Southern School of Law. All right, out in Baton Rouge, and he stirred up a lot of the people, as we would say, of the opposite race in our community. A lot of Black women were very upset. So today we have a very talented panel here, and we want to talk about why are people upset when Black men say that we are the prize. And when we're talking about people, it's not just women that are upset about this. There are a lot of Black men, and also we're talking about the successful Black men. Let me introduce the panel tonight. We have four talented brothers: Coach Ali, we have Rich Turner, and Dr. D. We'll let Dr. D, newly minted doctor, let him introduce himself, and then we'll go from there.
Hello, everyone. This is Dr. D. 20 years of technology experience coming straight from South Carolina. And I'm here as usual to help make the topic better and to give my 2 cents and to collaborate with the two fine brothers on the panel tonight and Dr. O'Shea Jackson, and to give y'all guys the heat and be ready for the smoke tonight, as we were saying.
All right. And thank you, brother. And we have Brother Wrench Turner. Good to have him back on the hall. Thank you, Brother Wrench.
Yes, sir, man. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here. Ready to contribute. And I think most of the viewers have probably seen me on before, but real quick, I am a manufacturing manager for a large brand, specializing in process improvement, mechanical improvement, and growing team members into future leadership. So glad to be here and ready to chime in on this topic, brother.
All right. Thank you so much, my brother. Shout out to Brother Grown Man Business in the building. Good to see our brother. Channel was growing like you don't know what. Go ahead and subscribe to the brother. And last but definitely not least, Coach Ali's Corner. Brother Coach, go ahead on and drop some knowledge on him, brother.
Hassani Ali from the D, your men's motivational blogger, coach, and advocate. Definitely check out the YouTube channel, Coach Ali's Corner, when you have a chance. I'm gonna try my best not to go hard on this one tonight, but it's gonna be hard not to. So let's get it going.
All right, and let me just say, I want to give a shout out to all of the brothers out there. Right, we know that everybody is not in technology or not in medicine, or, we have brothers from all walks of life. We have talented brothers in manufacturing. We got brothers that like brother Grown Man Business, who's in like the trucker labor industry. We have brothers who are in finance. We have a lot of successful Black men that come from different walks of life. There is no one way to get it, right? There's a lot of brothers who have figured it out in many different ways. So I want to welcome all of you Black men out there. And I want to tell you that if you're a brother out there that's an essential worker, I know that Grown Man Businesses, a lot of you brothers are in tech, or whether you're in health, or wherever you're doing. I really want to take time to say I really thank you for what you're doing for the country, because a lot of times we have a lot of Black men out there that are out there putting their lives on the line every day to help society, whether they're driving trucks or out there in the tech industry, protect people's data from being stolen. So we need to tell our brothers thank you sometimes for all of the work that you brothers are doing in keeping the country where it is. So I wanted to give a big shout out to all the Black men out there that are listening today. Let me kind of start off with this, right? Shout out to Brother Andre Hatchett. When Andre Hatchett sent me the screenshot on WhatsApp, I thought this was like not even real, okay? But I know that it was real, but I was taken aback. I was saying that no Black man could have written this. It sounded like somebody that came straight out of the Black manosphere. Like if the Black manosphere could have had a graduation speech and the Black manosphere could have went up to the podium, that's exactly what the Black manosphere would have said. So when I looked at it, I was trying to make sure that he wasn't one of our guys, because he was saying the same thing that we talk about. But I want to just read a little bit of what he talked about just in general. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but if I can talk about what he said in so many terms. He's talking about how black women want a guy to be a certain height. They want a guy to be certain stature and not have any kids. They want him to be heterosexual. All these limitations, while most black women are single, 70%, and in the black community, 60% of black women that are single mothers, 60% of them have babies by two different guys. So this brother is just running down he's checking all the boxes. And at the end of his post, he says, you know who's the prize? Me, right? And so many people got so offended. It went to Bossip, Madame Noir, The Griot, Chrissy here on YouTube. Black women are in fits all over the world right now about this guy's post. They're going through his Instagram, seeing what kind of women he likes, talking about he's a colorist. I mean, they're doing all this stalker shit. But let me start off with this, Dr. D. Dr. D, why are people so mad in the black community when talented African-American men say that we are the prize?
Why are they mad? Why are they mad? The thing is, black men, you read so many articles, you read so many stories about how black men are not trying to do anything in life. And right here, you have a great illustration of a black man that went to Southern University and went through law school. We were talking about this behind the scenes. No matter what kind of law school you go through, it is difficult. And for any black man to accomplish anything, he needs to be praised. He needs everybody else to congratulate him. So this black man went through hell and high water. I think law school is 2 to 3 years. It may be longer, but I'm not sure. But the guy did something that many black men haven't done. And for him to go out and say what he said, I give him a pat on the back because it's a great accomplishment. And many of us cannot deal with black men in the black community saying, hey, I did this, look at me. And many of us get mad because he's just talking about his accomplishment. I don't see anything wrong with it. And the statistics he wrote on his post, what I read, back up what he was saying. Our women say they can't find intelligent black men, but here is one right here. This guy is one of many. You know how many other men have graduated law school at the same time this guy did this month, just didn't say anything. So he is one of thousands of black men that have graduated from law school. So that one guy represents thousands of us.
Okay. No, great points. And shout out to the brothers already super chatting. Brother Markel, thank you, Brother Markel, Uncle Markel, we call him. Thank you for the brother you brought, Big Moose. Brother Tangeray, cheers to smart brothers. I am drinking Kettle One tonight, so trolling is on 100. Respect to the screwdriver, wrench, Dr. Diggy's jump to the Muhammad Ali, and last but O'Shea Uganda Beats headphones. Thank you, brother. He's on that drunk shit. But thank you for the money, though, nigga. Brother Wrench, I know when you saw the video premiere and I saw you in the chat room, I know that you love videos like this. Brother Wrench, what's your take on why people are so upset when talented black men be able to say that they are the prize?
Yeah, so if you think about it, right, historically, black men have been the poster child for what a deadbeat dad is. We've been the poster child for child support court. We have been the poster child here as of recently on all of the AIDS commercials, right? No other commercial has more brothers on it than these AIDS medication commercials, right? We've also been kind of beaten down and kind of quieted up by different demographics, whether it be foreigners kind of coming in and taking a lot of positions, and us really not having a large representation in certain fields, whether it be in the STEM fields or whatever the case may be, right? So when you have brothers come out and say, hey, I understand where I fit into this bigger picture that is what our society is, right? And when you have brothers outwardly say, forget everything that the TV is telling you, forget everything what the happy hour conversations are. I know 100% that I'm a catch because I've done all of the work to be a catch. You know what I mean? And once we say that, then we're almost sounding the alarm, right? They're like, oh shit, there is a demographic of ADOS or American-born black men who understand where they fit into this thing, and people aren't used to hearing it, right? People aren't used to hearing it. You're supposed to have your pants around your ankles, and you're supposed to have face tats and all that stuff. But when you don't fit that mold and you say, I don't, not only do I not fit that mold, but I know my value because I've done all of the work to not fit that mold and to get into, the top 10% of earners. It's going to be hell to pay. So what I would say is for any sisters listening, find comfort in knowing that most of us brothers who put in all of that work, whether it be, getting these advanced degrees or excelling in the STEM fields, Black women are always our first pick. It's just that after you've put in all that work, you're not going to put up with a lot of nonsense, or you're not going to put up with a lot of this energy that we sometimes get from some of our sisters. But from what I understand and from what I've seen, sisters are always brothers' first pick when we get to these levels. You know what I mean? So that's my spiel on that, brother.
Brother, you brought out some good points. But listen, what you just said right there could have saved the entire Dallas-Fort Worth area right there. What you just said, because you took all my talking points. Damn, I got to find some new. No, but what you said right there, we could have ended the show right there. Somebody would have got something out of it. Mm-hmm. Starship Architect, piece of the Hall of Game. Keep watching over the sensitive sites in DC and clocking out overtime. Brother, thank you. Thank you for my technical brothers been giving y'all your money over this coronavirus. I appreciate all you smart niggas. I'm telling you one thing, Brother Rent. One thing I can say about my fan base, them niggas are smart. Because them niggas stay with somebody. I can tell you that, boy. I love you niggas. All right, let's go ahead to Brother Hassani.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna have to get my Minister Farrakhan on real quick regarding this question.
Brother Coach.
In response to this, it would be something like this: who in the hell do you think you are, Negro? Why aren't you dribbling a basketball somewhere or dunking the basketball somewhere, Negro? Why aren't you taking the football field and or taking the football and running up the field, Negro? Or telling jokes, or making raps, telling your women to shake their behinds, and being the deadbeat dad that you're supposed to be. How dare you defy the stereotype, Negro? That's basically what everyone is saying when they hear a brother saying, look at me, I'm accomplished, I defy all the stereotypes, I'm in the top percent of my earning class, and look what I produced. Mm-hmm. And again, a lot of the brothers hit the points, but a lot of people look at him as inferior, but he's like, wrong story. This is my story. I'm the prize. I'm the one that you're going to be seeking after. And the reason why the sisters are so upset about it is because he didn't, what do you want to call it? He didn't surpass the 80-20 rule. 80% of the women probably won't qualify for him. And so when you have this narrative that you have to, shout out for the universe to hear you, and everyone is constantly rejecting it, you have to see as to why people are, against a brother being successful. I applaud that brother. Did you say that was on Twitter? His account is on?
I believe that was an Instagram post.
Instagram. I'm gonna find him when I get off of here and congratulate him, because as brothers, we don't congratulate each other enough. This brother is gonna be in the top percent of earnings, and everyone's giving them flack. A woman can get a diploma from Harvard Community College, and everybody's ready to praise her and tell her how wonderful she is just for getting that type of education. But this narrative is now in question, because now this brother has to turn the narrative around and saying, if I defy the stereotypes, then is this a stereotype, or is this a narrative that you guys want to keep pushing so you can keep doing what you're doing? And what I mean by that is, you hear a lot of sisters saying, I can't find quality guys like this. Mm-hmm. There's one.
There you go.
How come you? So then the question goes back on them. Well, how come you can't get him? He's sitting right there. He's fresh out of college, graduated. Why aren't you? Why can't you keep him in your back pocket? And that's when it turns into the humana, because they don't have an answer, because they know they don't qualify.
Mm-hmm.
They know they don't qualify, and so it's one of those defense mechanisms. And it's going to be messed up for me to say this, but I'm going to say this. Fellas, do you know what the defense mechanism of a rabbit is?
No, what is it?
Rabbits do two things for defense mechanism. Most animals have, venom, they bite, they fight, they do all types of stuff. A rabbit do two things. They look for other people to help and they fuck. Now, the reason why I say this is because after a rabbit doesn't find, any other entity to help them in a situation, they reproduce, because in a rabbit's mind, they're like, well, even if I don't survive, at least my offspring will have a chance. And that's where you get the term fuck like rabbits from. So I say all that to say this, is that a brother is now turning the narrative around, because once you have to question, if he's not the stereotype, then how many other brothers like him are defying the stereotype, and how come these women can't get them? And is the narrative that we're spreading actually, is there any veracity to it? Because if it's not, then somebody have some questions to answer.
Wow, bro. Like I said, you really you put it together right there. Tangeray told y'all the only way O'Shea keeps his Hall of Game up is black men donate. Guys is working. Keep super chatting, supporting the Brown brothers. When O'Shea gets rid of the hood stuff for 1 month, we straight. All right. And thank you, brother D. Anderson, ODJ to all the brothers. Thank you for supporting. Brother Love C. Shawty. Good to see me right out of Florida. Brother, I do have one of those episodes coming out, hitting the wall. Dr. J, good to see him in the building. All you brothers are really appreciated. Let me just say this, right? I want to just talk about this real quick, because just briefly, when a black man graduates college and brag, like black women, whenever they do something, I'm going to break it down to the lowest common denominator. You can take a woman who was known as a hood rat and she get pregnant and talk about, she go on Facebook and talk about she pregnant. Don't know who the baby daddy is. What you going to see on the comment section? Congratulations. Oh, I'm so happy for you. I'm talking about for not doing shit. This is where we live. We live in a world where we congratulate. I'm not saying that black women don't do great things, because we're going to be honest. There are black women out there that are doing some awesome stuff. But black women get congratulated for doing stupid shit too. Baby showers. You bring them motherfuckers gifts. They having like 5 kids by 6 different niggas. They get celebrated for doing stupid shit. Stupid shit, right? Now, I also talk about when they graduate. Now, this brother is going to Southern Law School. I'm pretty sure any HBCU, we already know, you're not only are you one of the few black men in that kind of program in the nation, but there are a lot of black women in those programs. There are not a lot of heterosexual black men in law school. It's just not, right? When a black man comes out and says that he's the prize, it's a problem. Black women are bragging about all the shit they're doing all the time, whether it's good or bad. Black women love to throw it in a nigga face. Nigga, fuck you. Nigga, I don't need you. You ain't shit. This is what they do. We're going to be honest. A good part of black female success is talking shit about niggas. But see, here's the problem. When black men talk about this, it's the truth. And you know what? I heard a little bit of what Chrissy was saying. Oh, you're a colorist, because you know what? When black men start being successful, and then black men start going with, let's say, other groups of women, other places, then the women can't sit around and just say, oh, well, I can't find a good man. I can't. No. There are talented black men everywhere that you are overlooking. It's just the truth. Okay? 60% of black women have babies by 2 different niggas. And we know this is true. You have a lot of brothers and sisters in the black communities, and them niggas got different fucking last names. I'll tell you a story even bigger than that. My personal grandmother, my dad's father, my grandmother went out while she was married, cheating on her husband, went and had my daddy. I mean, that was a great thing. She had me. But named my daddy the same name as the rest of the goddamn kids. This fuckery's been going on in black communities forever. Black men been worshiping black women for hitting mediocrity for years. This is something that's not new, you know? And any little thing that black women do, they want to get praised for. Got my own car, got my own house, got my own apartment, got my own microwave, got my own blender, got my own. I mean, this is normal shit. I mean, here you come. Now, don't get me wrong. You do have sisters out there that are doing some amazing stuff. I would be lying to you if I didn't say that. There are some black women out there. They get out there every day. They put it in. You will get no argument from me. You think there are some black women out there that are some motherfuckers, and they get out there and they do their shit. I will not say I know some personally, but for the most part, you got motherfuckers doing average, below average shit and wanting praise. Meanwhile, when this man come out there and say that, oh, he's arrogant. Oh, he's stuck up. You stuck up. Ain't nobody more stuck up than your motherfucking ass. Look at y'all's, you know what I'm saying? Listen, the reason why that brother said that is because of all the years of y'all and think about what he's saying, Hassani and Dr. D and Wrench. Black men all around the world, and y'all know we from different parts of the country. Hassani's from the Michigan area, Dr. D from South Carolina, Dallas, Wrench, I'm from California. Black men all over the world saying the same motherfucking thing. Everybody can look at that goddamn Instagram post and say, that motherfucker is telling the truth. Don't matter where the fuck you from. We all African-American motherfucking niggas. We all talk with a different accent. We have different words that mean different shit. But when we read that motherfucking post, no matter where you was in the motherfucking country, you said that motherfucker is telling the goddamn truth because that's exactly how they act. You won't even got to go to Ohio. You ain't got to go to Pennsylvania, go to Philly. You know, wherever you niggas are at, y'all know that them women is acting like that. And that's how they act everywhere they go. Just like that. So he wasn't lying. So you know what? I'm being long-winded, but I commend the brother. And I'm going to tell you this. Sisters, I got a video coming out called bragathon.com. And it's a black male site. We're going to be bragging like a motherfucker all day. And I will tell every black man, brag like a motherfucker. Let everybody know what you're doing. Fuck them. They going to stop this shit. Bragathon. Get with it or get lost. Bragathon.com. Because see, what they want to do is want us to be quiet with our accomplishments. Why he not meek? Why he not humble? Why the fuck you not humble? Why you not meek? Fuck that. You brothers need to go out and tell people what you're doing. Let them know. Because I'm telling you right now, I told you, when a talented black men assert themselves, you see now everybody's writing about it. And what the brother did, he's actually taking a stand against this fuckery. And if more black men do that shit, they're going to change. Fuck that. Go ahead. Who on jumping line?
I don't know if y'all remember, it was last year, the year before, we had a lady, a lawyer that graduated from Harvard Law School, had 2 kids, and say, well, I pushed myself through law school. I'm a single mom. And they had people applauding her for that. Do y'all remember that?
No, I don't. I don't.
Well, you could Google the article, and she was getting praise. They even had a post on my LinkedIn page that had like 20 or 30,000 likes. People were congratulating her, and people were like, why are we celebrating this? And people were like, well, she made it through it being a single mom. And I'm like, huh? You know, I felt the same way that other people did. I'm like, so it's an accomplishment because of you being a single mom coming through law school. But on the other hand, we have this black man that went and became a lawyer. So with him speaking the truth, we all have a problem with that. And down here, as O'Shea said, I'm from South Carolina. You hear that a lot because down here in the South, as we know, the South part of the United States, they don't believe in education. They don't believe in much. Sports down here rule. So when you're a black man from down here and you decide to go do something different, it's like, wow, you going to act like no white folks now. You done left from around us now. So you're going to be white. You know, you got your education and stuff. And so, black men, when they do leave and do stuff, that's one of the things that prohibits them from coming back because they're tired of people saying, well, you act white now. So getting an education is making me act like a white person. I never understood that.
Let me do something real quick before I forget. Let me shout out to all the super chats, right? Because the StreamYard moving fast. Tunes, O'Shea, keep the great work piece. Thank you for the 1999 super chat. Uncle Tony, thank you so much. New 580, good stream. Good to see your growth. I've had plenty of success as a young man, and I'm glad to see you helping guys that want better. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate it. Christopher Hill, love the channel. Thank you, my brother. I think you might be a newer person, brother. Thank you so much. Brother Syracuse says, it's not that ADOS women don't qualify for them. They don't want those brothers until later on in life. Hello. Good to see Kevin saying, got my own car, but he had to co-sign. You know it. Shout out to Craig Harper. Craig, email me, Craig. I'm going to get you another ad in there, brother. My brother, Craig, from tipsytulips.com. Y'all make sure y'all go support the brother. Good to see all you brothers in the building. Who wanted to weigh in on that next? Did you have any more to add to that, brother, Dr. D?
No, that was just my point. I thought about the article about the female graduate from Harvard with the 2 kids as a single mom. When that's the first thing I thought of when this article came up.
So if I could chime in on just with a question, and this question will make a lot of sense. And brothers, as you know, the reason why a lot of us don't chime in on these conversations is because we don't have time to talk. We move with our feet. We're only going to argue this point so much before we start doing what we got to do and fuck what what they have to say about it. But the question is, if there's such a prize, then why do they have to be taken care of? Why do they have to be provided for? Why do they need protection? If you're such a prize, then why are you on national media, platforms begging to find competent people to take care of you? If you're such a prize, you shouldn't need anyone to take care of you or to provide for you. What's the complaints that we're hearing? Men aren't making enough money. Why? Because they need someone to make enough money to take care of them. Men aren't protecting us. Why aren't you in the dojo or in the gym, in the boxing classes? If you're such a prize, fellas, if the point is, fellas, you are the prize. Women are hawking over you to do better, to make yourself visible, to be seen, so they can find who they can choose to take care of them. And it's as simple as that.
Facts. If I can chime in on this. So when I think about this whole situation, right, and I'm pretty sure, this happens often, but it just doesn't make it to the mainstream, right? So, one thing I would say is that as sisters have began to make these strides over the last, say, 5 to 10 years, right? If you notice, that's when you started to see a lot more of the interracial dating as far as white guys actually even being open to talking to sisters. When that statistic came out that said Black women get degrees at a higher rate than any other demographic, all of a sudden they became very enticing to Brad and them, right? So I'm sitting back and I'm watching this and I'm like, okay, and I was putting this stuff together in my head even a couple of years back. I'm like, all right. And then you start to see the narrative get pushed in television, right? You see a lot of Black women and white men being pushed in commercials. So I'm like, okay. They had a fit when Cheerios had this commercial where it was a Black father on the couch and there was a white mother, and I think the daughter was like feeding them Cheerios or something like that. They had a fit about that. It made national news and everything a couple of years back.
I remember that. Yep.
I remember that. Yep, sure did.
So when I sit back and I watch it, and especially the way I've been trained and the way my mind works, I start trying to get to like the root. I start trying to get to why something is the way that it is. And one of the things that I came up with is Black men are expected to shut up, provide, and receive no kind of praise for it. The reason why sisters, and not all of them, but the reason why most sisters are even able to take the position that they have right now is because their power is rooted and supported by leftist white women, right? And whose power is really rooted by white men. So for Black men, it's either, if you're not a gangster, well, you gay. Or, oh, you trying to be woke, or you just an ashy hotel. You married somebody from a different race, or you a swirler. You know what I mean? So it's almost like a zero-sum game, like you can't win. So for us, what it means, and for any brothers listening in the chat, this is where we are going to really have to make our mark. all of our points have to be rooted in action. And what I mean is, just like Brother O'Shea is in medical school, right? That's actual rubber to the road. That's action in its best form, right? Brother Ali, all of the work that he does, right? All of us brothers on the panel wholeheartedly have rubber to the road, actionable, trackable, and traceable things that we do to be in the positions that we are, or to earn what we earn, or to be able to make it to where we can get to these panels and have these kind of conversations. A guy who's making $8, $9 an hour can't necessarily get up here and have the same conversation because he hasn't put in that length of work yet. You know what I mean? Or he hasn't been shaken and awoken yet. But for those of us who know better, it's super important that you take that stance. And sometimes you got to remind them. I've had to remind a female friend of mine who, for whatever reason, felt like we were on the same playing field, and she had kind of pissed me off. So all the gloves came off, and I wasn't screaming at her. I wasn't screaming at her, and I wasn't cursing at her. And then I said, "Man, listen," I said, "So if I'm a guy, and I'm in the top 5% of earners, and you're a woman, and guys that you have a track record of dating, are not even close, I have no business even socializing with you. I have no business even socializing. You are on the opposite end of a pendulum. You know what I mean? Like, basically what I'm telling, and these were my exact words. I said, realistically, bro, you're not even in my league. You know what I mean? Yeah, me and you kind of had a thing back in the day, right? When I was kind of in my Pookie and Ray Ray days, but I've obviously done something right to get to where I am. And everything that I've done to get to this point, some things either had to fall off or some things had to get amplified. All of the bad stuff ideally falls off. All of the good stuff gets amplified. And that includes the choices that we make as far as dating partners.
Hello.
So you know what I mean? So if I've done all of this work to get to where I am, then you bet your ass that I'm the prize because I've paid that cost. And if you haven't, you shouldn't feel a particular way about me not even texting you no more, or not even talking to you no more. Because the only thing you can do as it relates to me is take. You can't add you can't add nothing to this.
Wait, say it again. They didn't hear that part.
Yeah, so the only thing, if I've done all of the work to get to this point, everything the bad stuff ideally falls off and all of the good stuff gets amplified. If I get with you, you can't do nothing but take because you haven't put in the work to get to where I am right now. You know what I mean? I've put in the work to get to where I am right now, or us brothers have put in the work to get to where we are right now.
Hello.
And you mean to tell me I gotta have a debate with you about a call that I make? Right? Man, please. I'm gonna make the call. This is what it's gonna be. You trust me enough with your body, right? Obviously, you're letting brothers hit raw. So you mean to tell me you trust me with your body, but you don't trust me to make a decision? You see what I mean? You see what I mean? You trust me with you trust me with that yang, with that hoo-ha, but you don't trust me to make a decision about something that happens in the household. That's not a conversation that I'm going to ever have with a woman, especially after all of the sacrifices that I've made, especially after all of the hours, all of the years, that I've put in to be able to get to this point. And it's not like we are twisting their arm or grabbing them by the neck or hitting them in the back of the head like a caveman saying, you're going to do exactly what I tell you to do because I'm a man and that's what it is. What we are saying is we've paid the dues that every other race of woman respects. We've paid the dues that every other race looks for in their mate, and they don't have to go through these issues. So while on God's green earth, would I go through this shit with you? You understand? Right. And you are my first pick. That's the part they miss. You are the first pick. So if I'm trying to share my resources with a sister and I'm trying to, really bring a whole black family to the next level, and you are hindering that, get your ass out the way. That's what it boils down to. Get out of the way. and we'll have a whole bunch of Klay Thompsons and everything else running around here. You know what I mean? But
wait. Let me hold on 1 second, brother coach. Let me do one second real quick. Guys, let me shout out the super chats before I forget. Before we go to brother, thank you, brother Nelson Amadeus, longtime supporter of the Ghost. I was bragging about how good I make smoothies. Fat girl told me I could make no cornbread smoothie. Damn shame he wouldn't let me win. That nigga crazy right there. Shout out to brother Nick Penn. And let me just say this real quick also for the guys in the building. We will leave the stream up, right? 464 people on the stream right now. I would appreciate it if you like the video. And the one other thing I want to say, right? Let me just bring this in here. So you guys know that we do have the Facebook Negro Manosphere page. And I want to thank you guys for going over there, liking it. We are having different content going over there. In fact, I'm posting a colorism video that will be over there tonight that's not here. What I want you guys to do, for those people who are on Facebook, go to facebook.com/Negro Manosphere. And if you're a Facebook person, if you haven't liked the page, press 1. Do that for me. It's free, right? We need to get up to 10,000 followers. I need you to like the page, and then I need you to like the page, and then I need you to follow the page. So if you guys can do that for me, I would really appreciate that. Help us get to 10,000. It's the only thing I'm asking you niggas to do this month, okay? I'm not asking you for shit else but that. But let's go to brother Hassani Ali. Go ahead, brother Hassani.
Man, actually, Dr. D, did you have anything?
No, you could go ahead. I'll go after you.
Okay, so again, we have to address the issue as to why we're getting so much flack as successful men. And again, we are showing that we defy the stereotypes in every which way, from graduation, from owning businesses, to being husbands and fathers. I don't know if y'all brought that, if y'all watched the interview with K. Michelle and Derek Jackson a few months ago, and she was doing the whole men ain't shit, men aren't, aren't good men, yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. And a brother called in and was like, you are making, the bad mating decisions. And she kept roaming at the mouth. And she was like, I bet you ain't married. And the brother was like, actually, I am married. And she flipped the script and was like, so you want a cookie? And the thing is, brothers, is that there's something in the woman's psyche where every time a black man does something that either that she can't do or she's not able to obtain through you, she downplays it as if it's not. She downplays it as if it's, not cool, basically. And I saw that in an interview with K. Michelle. The brother was like, I'm married. I did the right thing. And her response was, do you want a cookie? No, I want you to shut the hell up because you have no idea what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't, from no matter what it is that like the brother, I think it's brother Wrench who said it, is that as a brother, you can't win. And so, like I was saying earlier, I'm only going to have this conversation so many times, and I'm going to keep moving. Mm-hmm. Just like Dr. D, just like O'Shea, just like Wrench, and all the brothers in here, y'all have lives to build. And for us to have to keep revisiting this conversation, when we can go out and just continue to win and excel and do what we do, you know what? If we have to just depend on the brothers to celebrate our successes, I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. Dr. D just got his just officially became a doctor. Congrats to you, Dr. D. You know what I'm saying? Like O'Shea doing this thing with the manosphere, everything that brother Wrench is doing, brother Gabe, all the brothers who are in here that want to see black men excel and do well. If that's going to be your support system, that's fine. Because no matter what you do, there's women in this chat listening. There's women in this chat who are going to respond, doing their own little videos. But the thing at the end of the day that they can't say is black men aren't producing, because you have a whole sector on YouTube where you have successful brothers sharing their stories of, I have my own business, I'm married, I have my own house, everything that I possess is in my name, I got good credit. You have those type of brothers, and like I said, when it comes to the narrative of black men don't do X, Y, and Z, this brother is showing the complete opposite. So now the question, flips back on him as to why can't you get one?
Yeah.
No, that's real. Go ahead, brother Dr. D.
And I bet we were talking about this. I bet this guy was one of the dudes that black women would say, "You lame, you ain't got no game, you ain't got no swag." Back in high school, he probably was a guy that, answered all the questions, sat to the front of the class, and everybody picked on. So he went to a HBCU. I went to South Carolina State, and same thing happened there. You don't get any attention, but I've told y'all many a times the boys came through. Not the boys, but the dope dealers came through in the Chevys with the Jordans, with the floaters on the Chevys. Everybody gravitates towards them. So you're sitting out here like, wow, I'm trying to get an education or whatnot. They don't want me. You go to law school, you're like, wow, those same guys that they wanted are now in jail or dead or got kids everywhere. So as you get older and your perspective on life changes, you're like, wow, I am the prize. I have everything. I can provide resources. I can build for myself. I can build for other people. I can help get other people jobs. Hell, I might be the guy that helped defend somebody, a family member of somebody I know, and get them out of trouble. So this guy has the resources and has the knowledge and the connections. In law school, I'm pretty sure something like that. You meet all types of people that say, hey, you want to become a prosecutor, you want to become a defense attorney, we can help you out. And that guy should be proud of that. His family is proud. He's elated. I could do nothing else, as I said, but pat him on the back for going through the trials and tribulations of law school. See, the thing about black people, they always see the end result. They never see what people go through to get to there. They don't know the story. They don't know the long nights. The dude could have been homeless. He could have had family members die. He could have been sick himself. So him writing that, if you were to talk to that guy, I know there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of joy behind it, but most people see the end result. Nobody ever sees the story and the valleys you go through to get to that one day to say, hi, you graduate with a law degree. You graduate with your electrician license. You graduate out of the Navy. You're a Navy SEAL. You like Dr. Ali, you help people, you're a counselor, you have this degree, you do this, you do that. O'Shea Medical, Dr. Brother Wrench, well, you are the top manager for this quarter. Here's your bonus. Everybody sees all the work, not the work, my bad. Everybody sees the end result looking from the outside, but they don't know the long nights you had by yourself. They don't know how depression, and that's a video O'Shea did a while back. Black men go through a lot of depression. People don't care what black men go through. They think, oh, well, they black, what they got to do is not important. They just bullshitting around in life. 9 times out of 10, they ain't gonna continue to do it. And see, the thing I'm glad about a lot of black men now, they're starting to follow through, just like with basketball or any kind of sport. You got to follow through. Black men, even though they may have to stop temporarily, they are finishing the job. That ideal of black men just quitting things now is starting to get old. And that used to be a thing that people looked at black men and say, you're going to go to medical school, but you're going to quit. It's going to get tough. Black men are like, damn that, I'm going to finish medical school. I don't care if I have to live on the streets and eating shit. I'm just hypothetically speaking. I have to eat shit and live with the rats and roaches. I'm going to get my medical degree. I'm going to get the certification. I'm going to get this job. So black men are changing the narrative big time.
Right. Shout out to the Ghost again. Let me go ahead and shout out to Brother Julian Brown out of Jersey. Brother Red Alert. Get them likes of this black man notification. Big Reg. The brother come through with 50. Thank you, brother. Y'all ninjas having church up in this piece today. Thank you, brother, for the 499 super chat. And guys, I want to tell you right now, I am on Facebook right now. I am seeing the brother supporting on the Facebook by following the page. I tell you, man, we have the best group of brothers, and I promise you, we will have elite business content going over to the Facebook page. So, guys, we need 440 to monetize the page over there. If we can get 440 brothers to go to our Facebook fan page and like it, and follow us and like the page, we appreciate it, because then we can give you more content on Facebook if you're there, and then we can give you unique content that's not on our YouTube page, and for the Hall of Game and stuff like that. Let me just say this real quick. Usually I'm not as long-winded on these podcasts. I can be, but I want to say, black women, and I have a video coming out about Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams and a lot of black women like Lonnie Love, they're looking for a beta male, right? And they're looking for guys who are guys they can control. Okay? And that's a two-sided argument. Here's what a lot of black women do. Now, I will give credit to a lot of black women are looking for a man that could be a man, and we do have those black women in the black community. And I feel sorry for them, because in these discussions, those women get overlooked. But there are black women out there that do want, Brother Ali's married, Dr. J is getting married, and Dr. D is engaged, and I don't know, I have messed up at least 4 or 5 relationships with a sister like that. So I won't sit here and say it's not true, because it's not. But what I want to say is, for a lot of black women, though, there's a two-sided argument. If there's a guy that she's attracted to, and but the guy is not a performing black man, he's not a provider, then the argument becomes he's lazy, he's not motivated, he's not smart as me, he can't lead. Then when you come across the black man that does have something to offer, the arguments become he's lame, he's a colorist, he only wants white women, he's not interested in black women, he's stuck up. And really, with those two-sided arguments will pretty much cover up any of the reasons while she can't get anybody. And really what I want to talk about is that a lot of black women are not really ready for successful black men. Okay. They're just not. I hate to say that, but a lot of black women are not in any position to be a partner for a lot of these successful brothers that are coming out. And the thing about it is, more black men are being more successful, more so now than ever, because now you have the tech industries, more black men are going to college, more black men are in trades. So there are a lot of brothers out there. You can even come out of prison with a felony. You used to be washed back in the 90s. Now that's not as bad anymore. It's still bad, but hey, the economy is such that you can come out of prison and go and within 2 years, we make a $200,000. Here's the issue. A lot of black women, when they come across a guy that's doing well, it's like living in a new country. It's foreign to them, because number one, they always been taught that these guys don't exist. And when these guys come into existence, they try their best to pinch themselves, like, oh, I can't really believe this happened. Something must be wrong with him. Is he gay? Is he whatever? So they'll do everything that they can to be uncomfortable, because again, black women tend to like men that need them. Successful black men really don't need women for anything. You don't need them for, only thing you would need them for is, and I'm not trying to be mean, but for most guys, they can cook their own food. Most successful black men don't need your money. We don't need your expenses, right? So really, when you come to the gist of it, and you're a woman who feels like a man should be doing everything for you, and you do nothing for him, that guy doesn't need you. So, and that guy has standards. So they don't know how to. It's like dealing with the coronavirus. They don't really know how to deal with a brother like that. And see, that's the situation. And this is what black women have a problem with. Black women, when a black man is a guy that can get out and work, he's earned, a lot of black women like this buildanigga.com kind of person where they can kind of mold the guy into somebody, but a lot of brothers is coming out with like, yo, I'm not a buildanigga.com. I'm already coming to you with, I'm already making a lot of money, in cases like myself, I'm in professional school. I got a business that's making, pretty good money. So I don't need you for anything. What can you do now? And a lot of brothers can have those kind of conversations with you and now, and they can talk about what's your credit score? Do you got kids? Oh, okay. Now it becomes, all right, well, you're a danger for me. And that wasn't the case 25, 30 years ago. 25, 30 years ago, black men, we couldn't have that kind of conversation. And if we did, it was under wraps, because it was black men going to Brazil back then, but it was on the wraps. Now in today's world, we're so connected. A lot of black women have not been trained to deal with professional black men or talented black men. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because the mothers in the black community told them that these guys don't exist, right? Mm-hmm. All they've been told coming up by their moms and grandmas is get it by yourself. Fuck these niggas. You can't depend on them. Okay, so the nigga comes and walk down your door and beating down your block. And this is a brother that wants you. And I will say this as an African-American. I'm in Africa right now, okay? I love our people. I'm talking about African-Americans. I do love blacks all over, but specifically our people, the African-Americans, the niggas who got off the boat. I love our people. I love our women, right? Nobody, Muhammad Ali said it best. No woman can relate to me better than our own people. I believe that.
Facts.
But the situation is this. If you're not ready for that, it's not going to be too much more relating, because I need you to shut the fuck up when you're supposed to. I need to, we need to be able to have a functional relationship. And the thing about it is, if you're coming from a single parent home, you don't have a respect for me as a man. I don't have respect for you as a woman. I mean, I don't want to be struggling all day fucking with you like this. I can go to Africa now, or I can go to Brazil, or I can go to and some brothers going to the white community. And it's not because we don't like black. It's not because we're colorist. The problems is that a lot of black people are not ready to be in a relationship with each other. And really, a lot of sisters think they're better than a lot of black women, a lot of black men. And it's just not true. So when you come with that attitude, like, for example, I'm gonna be quiet. My manager, right? She went on Tinder and made a profile just yesterday. Profile said, "No dick pics, please. I'm looking for a man that can financially take care of me." Serious, in all seriousness. But see, this attitude is the attitude of many black women in America. She just happened to be in Africa. But what I'm saying is that kind of attitude, how are we going to be relating? I don't want to deal with nobody like that. I don't have to. So why would I do it? Just because me and you African American? And let me say about this real quick, and I'm gonna let it go. We have a lot of too much black comfortability with our own people, right? And I try to do that even with my content as a YouTuber. I'm gonna just speak to this. Me and Brother Ali talk about strategy a little bit off the thing. What I feel when I do content for my people or our black men, I try to give the best that I have. You know, if I'm dealing with somebody in the black community or a black woman, I'm gonna give her the best I got. But a lot of times with black people, especially black women, when you're dealing with a black man, you don't think you should give the best that you have. Baby, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because when the white man come across or somebody else come across, you don't have no problem with that. And I'm not saying this is not true for all black women. I did see an episode where this sister bought this brother, her husband, a Porsche and a Lamborghini. I did say, I'm going to talk about that too. So you do have black women who understand this. But a lot of black people in general, we want to give our people the least and then get mad while we don't get the best. Listen, if black women don't understand that there are brothers out there that are working, that are doing the most, and that these brothers want to be with them, and you're not going to put your best foot forward, you're not going to look your best, you're not going to lose the weight, you're not going to have the kids before you come meet this nigga, then you're going to keep having these problems. And they just did an article the other day that the marriage in America is the lowest now than it's ever been. And I could tell you it's even lower in the black community for what we're talking about right now. Go ahead, brothers.
Yeah, so amazing points. You even hit on some of the notes that I had taken before the stream even started. So a few things, right? Sisters that may be listening, I think it's something important that they have to just be glad to even hear the conversation, right? Just be glad to even hear us kind of talk through this kind of stuff, because otherwise they would wonder what's the problem, right? Because you don't get a chance to hear black man's point of view as it relates to this kind of stuff. Another thing is, and you hit on it just a minute ago, O'Shea, is as black men, whenever we do get with sisters, sometimes that means we got to invest that time into growing them into the ideal mate, because everything around them tells them that they don't need brothers, right? You don't need you don't need no man. You can do it all by yourself. But then you look up and you're 56 years old, and old as shit, wondering what the hell happened, right? Wondering where you went wrong. Well, society is pushing pushing a lot of these sisters in a direction to where you don't need a man. You can do it all by yourself. Yeah, that's cool right now while you're in your 20s or 30s or whatever. But you hit that wall and you're looking around and you're trying to have some act right. It's too late then. You know what I mean? So what I would say to sisters is be open to direction when you run across a guy who has put in the work and has paid the dues, right? Look at his works, right? Look at what's 100% accurate and what's factual. What has he done, right? Take notice of his thought processes and the conversations that he initiates. Do he talk to you about this new race that Yo Gotti got, or does he talk to you about future plans, or does he try to have conversations with you about what he does every day at work and try to get your opinion on how he should handle certain situations, right? Look at how valuable he is as it relates to other races of women. Not necessarily saying that he's going to go and date those women, but if he wasn't with you and a white woman shows up on him right now, or if he wasn't with you, what are the odds that another race of women would take him off the market to where he's not contributing to a black household now, right? Does he have a realistic long-term plan that you can support, right? It's one thing to say, man, you know what? I'm going to move to New York and I'm gonna start from the ground up in real estate and I'm trying to buy Trump Tower. You can kind of be like, well, say, nigga, yeah, that's not happening. Or does he say, you know what? How about we start looking at getting some rental properties, or how about we start acquiring some acreage? It's a lot of acreage out here. How about we start, even if it's just every other year we get 2-3 acres, right? Is he tied to the culture? You know what I'm saying? Can the motherfucker electric slide? Do he know how to play dominoes? Do he know how to play spades? Right? Is he handy? These are things that matter, because when you take him to meet your family, and it's at a cookout, and they bust out and start doing the electric slide, you want him to be able to fit in, right? So he may not exhibit this aggressive behavior that a lot of sisters normally attribute to an alpha male, and we all know that that's false. But okay, he's not a rah-rah kind of dude, but he's still tied to the culture. He can get out there, he can fall right in and take over somebody's hand in a spades game, right? He can suggest music to the DJ, whether it's the Isley Brothers or whether it's Johnny Taylor, right? He can have that conversation with your grandfather who may have, worked for 30 years for GM or worked, 30 years for Chrysler, and they can have those conversations about certain things that we deal with in the workplace. These are the things that sisters should be looking for versus just the monetary piece. You know what I mean? All of these things may seem trivial. You talk about electric slide, playing dominoes. Is he able to play spades and all that kind of stuff? Is he handy, right? But those are the things that matter once you are in a relationship with these type of brothers. You know what I mean? When you are trying to figure out who this guy is, and I'm talking about the early stages, right? When you still kind of, how the old folks say, when you're still kind of courting, right? Or when you're dating. These are the things that you should be looking at. Like, all right, he is tied to the culture. He's not going to be uncomfortable around my family. He's not, he's not somebody who I got to worry about taking him to my aunt's house because she got fine china and the damn sauces might come up missing and end up in the pawn shop. You know what I mean?
I know what you're talking about.
All of this stuff gets overlooked. Everything that I just ran down that I had in my notes, all this stuff gets overlooked because we still stuck at, you can't tell me what to do, and I'm gonna run it because I've paid the dues to run it. You know what I mean? So, we have to. It's almost like a give and take, right? And it's not, we're not going. And I think brother Hassani said it. We're not gonna sit here and argue with you about who should run shit. It's either, hey, this is the way I look at things, right? And I want to get your point of view on it. But it's not going to be a debate about, I'm the man and I should run it. No, well, actually, I'm gonna run it and I may ask for your feedback, because, and this is another, I've had this conversation plenty of times and I understood this pretty early on. And all of you brothers tell me if I'm wrong. If you are in your house at 2:30 in the morning, there's a bump in the night, right? I'm not gonna look over at her and be like, hey, go see what that is. I'm gonna get my big black ass up. I'm gonna grab my motherfucking rifle, right? And I'm gonna go see about it. And that's the expectation she should have for me. That is the understanding that we have as men. And so if I'm willing to give my life to protect this household, you goddamn right, I'm gonna have a huge say-so in how, the direction that the household is going. You know what I mean? So that's kind of my spiel on that particular point, or on those various points that I laid out. If the expectation is for me to give up my life, and I understand it, and I'm okay with it, right? That's part of being a man. We hear that a lot. That's part of manhood, man. If something go bump in the night, man, you're not gonna send your wife downstairs, or you're not gonna send your wife into the dark of the night to go see what it is. You're gonna get your ass up, put them slides on, or throw your J's on with no socks, ashy, you know, in your boxes, dickhead hanging out the front, and you're gonna go see about it because that's what the expectation is, you know. And if you start hearing thunder in the house, then just hope that your husband doing what he needs to do, and he's living up to his responsibility as a man, right? So, with that being the expectation, there's no way that we can be stuck at who runs what. And like I said, it's not a situation where we're hitting them over the head with a club or grabbing them by the back of their neck saying you're gonna do everything I tell you to do. It's not that. It is, if we disagree, right? And we've talked our way, tried to figure this thing out, and we can't come to a conclusion. The expectation is, all right, I may have to risk my life tonight to protect this house. So this is the direction that we need to go. And if you trust me to be hitting that ass without a rubber, then you need to trust me that this is the right direction that we need to be going. So, you know, that's my piece, brothers. I know I kind of threw some comedy in there, man, but
no, it's all good.
It's, you know, it's funny, but it's true. You know, now either one of you brothers tell me, and you know, what are the odds of? And I know, brother Hassani Ali, I know you got a family and stuff, brother. If you're bumping the night tonight, I'm fairly sure you're not gonna nudge your wife like, hey, go see what that is. You know, you're gonna get up and go see about it, especially being a Golden Glove. Especially being a Golden Gloves guy.
He's a Golden Gloves, and he got hands for a nigga.
he might mess around and put on some brass knuckles and put on one of them little forehead lights and try to go see about it.
Yeah. Hold on a second, Ali. Hold on. Let me just shout out the super test before it gets too far. Shout out to ABL. He over here trolling over here. He came back to Black YouTube. That's my brother right there. I love ABL. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Anthony Brown Logan. I got a video that's coming out tomorrow that he's definitely not gonna like. But shout out to Tangeray. Gents, go get yourself another kind. Ebony is gonna treat me like crap, and I grew up with them because my family owns 7-Elevens. Go get a Rebecca's easy. That nigga is black, pretending to be a Hindu. That's token for E30. Guys, y'all really spitting right now. Personally, I've concluded that maybe it's best to get someone outside the CONUS, especially Puerto Rico. There's a lot of poison in Afro-American water table. Thank you, brother. And but BOA Doc, shout out to Dr. BOA. Salute, brother. Peace chat. Y'all go subscribe to my brother BOA, a great brother, great channel. Got the late night, she's cracking. In most cultures, the woman's family pays for the wedding or grooms lady for her future husband. Black America is backwards and has no bylaws. And shout out, I see we got a lot of black women in the chat. Maybe it's because of the new subscribers, because I don't typically see y'all in here, but thank you for being here. And also I wanted to say, let me say this real quick. Thank you for the guys that have been subscribing to us, liking our page, and following us on Negro Manosphere. On this stream alone, we have gotten like almost 100 followers on our Facebook page. It would really do me a great service to for those that are on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/Negro Manosphere. If we can get 20 more people, so we'll just need 400, I would really appreciate that from you brothers. Because we're going to be over there. I'm going to drop a new video on the page that's not even on my channel tonight. So you don't want to you don't want to miss that. Go ahead, brother Sonny.
No, I was just gonna say my wife wakes me up when she hear the Jehovah's Witnesses knocking on her door on Saturday. So you must believe that she don't come get me if she hears a bump in the night. But here's the thing, and it's funny that you say this. I remember maybe about 3-4 years ago, my wife tried to step to me one time, and I told her this, like I'll tell y'all brothers in it that are here in the chat. Until sisters start signing up for the draft like they're supposed to at 18, I don't want to hear shit about who runs what house.
Yeah.
And I'm serious. You wanna do the equality thing, but guess what? You sign up for that draft like you were supposed to at 18. So if the government calls you to come defend this country, you're gonna put that suit on. Mm-hmm. But I just wanted to make the point. This goes back to men having standards. As far as men having a prize. O'Shea, I don't know if you've been following Donovan Sharp lately, but did you hear about his whole fiasco?
No, what happened?
So Donovan Sharp has been going, he has his live stream where basically he was saying that his girlfriend, he's basically put her on, in dick detention until she loses about 5 pounds because she's been, putting on the pounds a little bit. Mm-hmm. And he's like, he will not have sex with her until she loses the weight. And in my immediate mind, like my immediate mind, I was like, you know what, that's kind of excessive. 5 pounds, like it's just 5 pounds. But as I thought about it, I was like, but that's what it. When you're a high value individual, you can make those demands. Yeah. You know, he's said it that he's doing pretty well for himself, and he said it. If I'm going to provide a gym for you in our house, I pay for all the equipment. You don't have to do anything. If you step outside your boundaries, you know, there's going to be consequences to pay. And a lot of sisters, you know, white and black, you know, are, you know, making streams about it and articles and, you know, how chauvinist he is. But it's like, listen, he does everything he's supposed to do. She needs to hold up her end of the bargain. And that thing, this was maybe 2 weeks ago, and it was one of the first times I've seen it where men were like, no. And we talk about dick discipline all the time on the stream. And guess what? He says, until you lose that weight, I'm not putting the wood on you. And I was like, you know what, Donovan? Good for you, brother, because it's something that, brothers, we don't practice. The second, you know, for any of us that are married, you know how it is. You know, your wife been arguing with you or, you know, giving you a fuss, and as soon as she throw it at you, you take it. And so, again, when it comes to the brothers having standards and accomplishing things, and I'm gonna keep saying it because that's what it is. It turns back into, what are you willing to do, or how do you qualify to get this person? And for most people, they don't have an answer. And when I saw that thing with Donovan Sharp, it blew me away, because for me, 5 pounds ain't a big deal. But in his mind, and in his mind, 5 pounds turned into 15 pounds, and 15 pounds go to 50 pounds. And I was like, you know what? You're absolutely right. He's making her stay in shape. He's making her, you know, abide to her side of the contract. And he's having no issues. But the ladies who heard the scenario are the ones who are hawking and barking and, you should love her how she is and this, that, and the other. And I thought about it. I was like, let Donovan Sharp lose his YouTube channel and watch how quickly things change.
Man, you know what I want?
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I
wanted to address one of the comments in the chat, and it lends exactly to what the issue is. So Goldie Jones said, "My boys are African and will not be equating online electric sliding to providing." That's an easy cop out. I didn't say the motherfucker electric slide is his day job. I said, is he tied to the culture? You know what I mean? Right. But that's a prime example of what the issue is. Just be glad to be listening to the conversation, because otherwise you go wonder what the hell happened. What is, why are black men, why they don't love us? Why they not protecting us? They're already saying that shit right now. It's because you don't listen when you have a chance to sit in on the conversation. Not one time did I say this brother had a bachelor's degree in electric sliding from goddamn Paul Quinn community college or whatever the case may be. I didn't say he had an advanced degree in spades. I said, is he tied to the culture? And those are some of the things that matter when you take him around your family. You know what I mean? And I'll just use those as examples. It could be a whole host of other things, right? Those were simple, on the surface examples. And it was literally, and I would assume Goldie, whatever her name was, is a sister, equated a simple, on the surface example to providing. We just talked about all of the work providing, medical school in order to provide, becoming a doctor in order to provide, all of the work that brothers are doing, not only us on the panel, but just brothers in general. We talk about the work all the time in the Hall of Game and trying to spread that game to brothers in order to provide for their black families. And the only thing you picked up from it was, my sons are African and they won't be learning how to play spades in order to provide. Motherfucker,
hold on.
Get her out of here.
Get her out of here. Hold on a second. Who's that? Get her out of my chat room. We're not gonna deal with y'all. Moderators, if they start acting stupid, in fact, all the women right now, time them all out. Fuck that. She fucked it up for all of y'all. Get all the women out of my goddamn chat today. Now. I told y'all, don't come over here fucking with me, okay? You ladies are a guest here, but since you want to talk shit, out. Time them out. All of them out. Sorry, Vanette. It's not your fault. You a nice person, but these ladies have fucked it up. Get them out of here. All of them. Go. All of them, time them out. All women, go for 10 minutes. Go. Playing no game with y'all. Hold on, shout out to Brother King John. I always say that women can't talk to me about equality unless they sign up for the draft. That's fact. Great stream, O'Shea. As usual, we got the heat. Thank you, Brother Council Murray out of Atlanta. Yeah, coming over here messing up a man's conversation. That's what they always doing, messing up something. I got 5 on that. Take your ass over to the makeup in the weave section or wherever the hell over there, Tyler Perry. Out. Bye. I love you too. Bye, Simone. Out. Go. Get the fuck on out of here with that shit. I'm not gonna play no goddamn game with y'all.
but you know, that's a prime example of what you deal with when you try to have these conversations. Granted, there are a lot of sisters that are willing to listen, right? They actually want to know, right? One of my biggest supporters while I was making my while I was growing in the business that I'm in, and while I was you know, really trying to figure things out, was a sister, you know what I mean, who already had a master's degree and never shitted on me, never looked down on me, would always offer good counsel, you know what I mean? Which is why you always hear me say, you know, it's not all sisters, right? But you do have those who are comfortable in what the status quo is, and at all costs, that's way more comfortable than saying, you know what, these brothers may have a point. I heard it once. They said the smartest thing you can do is assume somebody that you disagree with may actually know what they're talking about. So don't listen. You ain't got to listen. But when you look up and you wonder why nobody fucking with you, then you'll know why. Because we're sitting here telling you.
And then they wonder why Jaleel Adai and all those NFL athletes all got white wives, and they want to be mad at that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And you know, one of the things is all women, if you have a very I've known we've talked about this before. If I'm Pookie and Ray Ray and I'm trying to flip 36 O's to get a Chevy, you're going to stick with me. But if I'm a black man trying to go to law school or medical school to get a trade, you're going to say, well, I can't wait that long for a return on the investment. But you're going to invest money in Pookie and Ray Ray, and you got a guy right here that's going to make money. You have to have the long-term vision instead of the short-term vision. That's what life is about, long-term vision. I had the girl I was talking to about 5 years ago dumped me, pretty much got rid of me because the government laid us off because during that time they were going through sequestering and she got pressured by her family. She was like, well, it's just not going to work. You ain't got a job and all this stuff. I'm like, it's not my fault. I had just graduated with my graduate degree trying to do stuff. See, that's the thing. You have the credentials and you're trying to find out how to get to a better path, but you got people in your ear telling you, leave him. And when people tell black women that, the women that are telling them that usually don't have shit to offer themselves to nobody, because you'll notice that a lot. And those women, what usually happens when we use the guy from Southern University, say some woman say, hey, you're not going to go through law school. I'm leaving you. He graduates from law school. Now you're kicking yourself in the ass for the rest of your life. And you're like, wow, if I just would have stayed with this guy. All you had to do was stay with the guy and work with his vision. You have to get with people that have a vision and they're actively knocking down goals every day. They have men in the car, like I was talking about. If something happens in the house, most of the guys have a record. They can't even have a pistol in the house. You know, so how they gonna get up and do something? Swing a bat? I mean, what does a bat will do against somebody with a gun or something? And they'll have guys in the car that I've seen this. Women are putting air in their own tires and pumping gas while the dude's sitting in the passenger seat. Down here in South Carolina, when I go to Georgia, you know, I grew up, my dad taught us, hey, well, you don't let your girlfriend or your mama drive. Not mom. He said, your mother, I drive everywhere. So I tell my fiance, that's how I was raised. I'm always going to drive. Down here, I see niggas on the passenger sides of cars smiling and texting, rolling blunts, doing everything. I'm like, when did this shit switch?
Seat leaned all the way back.
Seat leaned back, and they getting out a nice car. I'm like, damn.
The girls pumping gas now?
Yes, and I bet if I was working at McDonald's, getting a degree, they would say, we don't want you. You don't make enough money for us. But oh boy, he gonna go to jail anyway. I'm working at McDonald's trying to make something, because this is the only job that'll work with my schedule. Anybody been to college and did anything, you got to find a job that'll work with your schedule. It's tough to find a job like that. And the sisters would say, well, I don't want that. And then when the guy blows up and said, hey, remember all those guys you put before me? I'm the prize now. Hell, I got that same nigga you cheated on me with. I got to try to, I'm his public defender now that I'm a damn lawyer. So that's how things work. And we're trying, as y'all guys are stating, we're trying to get the women to say, hey, find these men, take guidance from them. If a guy had, I told my niece, I said, if a man never, how I told her, if a man never had his own, like for instance, if a guy went from living with woman and woman and woman, you do not date him because he cannot live out on his own. I said, why would you want to date a guy that just left from one woman? For one, he has no responsibility. For two, he's just fucking random women. Three, you don't know what the hell going on. I'm like, y'all like to date dudes with no driver's license. I'm like, what kind of shit this is? He can't even he don't even pay taxes. It's hard for me to respect anybody. I'm like, he don't even pay taxes on anything. But we're trying to get women to avoid that and go to the black men that are actually doing something. And I just try to, put it down the middle and say, hey, you got men out there doing things, but you got this other group of men, y'all get digmatized, as we say, bomb. He lay tight to you, you in love. And, that happens a lot. They'll leave a good man for the dude that lay tight to him 2 weeks and like, wow, he can't even keep the lights on.
Let me do this real quick, guys. Wow, we still got 500 people. And shout out to the ladies that got timed out. Listen, for y'all new to my channel, I really don't like female subscribers on my page because y'all talking a lot of shit. So, I prefer you, if you're not going to be here talking shit, get your motherfucking ass off my channel. Okay? You can go to Paris Milan, Chrissy. Listen, there are many plays you can take your ass to than over here. Don't need your money. Don't need your shares. Don't want it. I'm one of the few motherfucking niggas that tell you I don't need your support. Don't want it. Don't cater nothing for women over here. Okay, so if you're not gonna come over here and be a pick me, I don't want to hear what the fuck you got to say. I'm being honest. You ain't got to be here. You ain't got to go home, but you ain't got to get the fuck up out of here. You're gonna leave here so you can watch and not say shit. Because as soon as you say anything that I don't like, bye, bye. Because you know what? Y'all do that to us when we come over to your fucking channels, don't you? Y'all be banned like a motherfucker. Get out my shit. Get off. I don't give a damn about you. Take your subscription back. You ain't giving no goddamn money. There ain't no goddamn way. I ain't seen now one woman give $1. So shut your motherfucking ass up. Anyways, thank you for being in here. And I wish a lot of you niggas would tell these women to shut up and get out. A lot of you niggas, they would respect that. Sit up here, wanting to sit up here and have a conversation with them. Get your motherfucking ass to conversation. Get out. Today. Right now. I need you to get to stepping. Side of the road, hit the block, out. Today, you got to go today. Out. This is not the conscious community. You better take your ass over to Sonetta where the black woman is God. You gonna get your ass banned over here. Boys Watkins, I don't care about none of that. Trust me, I got a great platform and don't need not one woman to give me a dime. Trust me. Trust me. Y'all got the right nigga today. All right. Bye. Let me say this real quick. Shout out to the brother Terrence B. Terrence B. And tell you what, also, guys, we need, I know I'm e-begging for some free shit, but we need 15 more people to, let me give some shout outs to the brothers that have just, I won't tell you niggas your full name, right? But Brother Keenan, thank you, brother, for following us over there. Brother John, Brother Michael, Brother LaRon, Brother Maris, Brother John, Taylor, Takia, thank you. So we had a lot of people follow us over there on the Negro Manosphere fan page. We need 11 more follows to get to 9,600. So if most of you niggas got Facebook, go over there. Unless you like Goshen, you got banned off Facebook. Take your ass over there and Facebook.com, like and follow the page, right? Like and follow the page. I'm gonna drop a video over there about colorism tonight, and you need to hear it. All right, what you brothers want to weigh in on that?
You said something that I think a lot of people probably missed.
Mm-hmm.
when you talked about telling women to get the hell on, right? They're respected, right?
Get out.
That's 100% fact, right? So when you stand your ground, that is a super important piece about it being a man in general, right? As it relates to women, when you stand your ground, that's a respectable trait. Even if she don't agree with it, she can respect the fact that you stood your ground.
Right.
Now, having said that, we only gonna do that shit so much. Because if it's not gonna be it's not gonna be me trying to force you to go this direction the whole time. So that's two parts to it. So stand your ground, but only to a certain extent. It gets to the point where you're just hard headed, man. You got to do something different. Like you got to change it up.
Right. No, shout out to Brother Lance. And that's true. Thank you so much, brother, for brother Trey Rob Eastside. That ran alone deserves this. Yeah, you want me to get the fuck out of here with that bullshit? You getting off my channel quick, fast, and in a hurry. Don't need you. You can go. Anything you brothers want to weigh in on that?
Really quick, O'Shea, because a lot of times a lot of sisters will do because we're talking about women who will not invest in brothers, and they'll go for the brother who might be in a drug game or trying to be entertainer athlete, and you'll hear this rebuttal all the time. Where sisters like, well, I don't know any sisters like that. My crew of women, we always try to go for this type of man. So I don't know where you're getting these type of women from. It's all of you, from the hood rats to the professionals to the educated.
Hold on.
And I have to say this.
Tyler Johnson, hold on 1 second. Somebody sent her to a 300-second vacation to Timeoutville. Get her ass out of here. I tell you, you're gonna be the prime in timeout. You get your ass out.
Actually, if you don't mind, O'Shea, keep her, because to answer the question, what makes you the prize?
She don't know.
You ask.
Okay, don't time out. Go ahead.
No, yeah, especially at a 4-to-1 ratio. What makes you the prize? It's more y'all than it is of us. How are you the prize?
Right. Oh, exactly. There you go. And now what the guy said in this post, right? It's 2 million more black women than black men.
So even if every black man married a black woman, you would still have 2 million more black women out of the race. Or out of the dance, I'll put it that way. So again, how are you the prize? And we need to know that. It's kind of like when men ask what do women bring to the table, and they're like, well, I am the table. Translation, nothing. And so I'm saying it because why should you be the prize if I have to spend my whole life sacrificing for you, providing for you, paying for you? You know what I mean? I
risking my life.
Exactly. Here's the thing that women don't understand is that when a wife, and I'm saying this as a married man, if my wife doesn't, feel like having sex with me one night, I have to respect it. She's too tired. She's had a rough day. It is what it is. But guess what? I can't take a day off of providing.
Hello.
I can't take a day off of being a dad. And so for those who, go to the Derek Jackson channel, who like, well, men just expect their women to do whatever. Guess what? If I have to be a parent, a father, a husband, a security guard, a handyman, a lawnscaper, everything else from sun up to sundown, yeah, I'm expecting you to do some stuff. So what prize am I getting? You benefit off of me even after when I die. So how are you the prize again?
And we live shorter lives.
You own my life insurance policy.
You want to add to that, Dr. D?
No, there's one thing. There are a lot of people living off of life insurance policies. Y'all just brought that up. These, men have like $500,000 worth of life insurance and they die. So that's how a lot of people, pension, Social Security, there are men that get married 2 or 3 times. I think men in the military, if you get married, I'm not in, but from the cousins I know, if you get married and you get divorced, your wife still has access to your pension or something. They get that for the rest of their lives. I think it's something like that. And somebody in the chat that's in the military could comment, but I know it's something to that extent. If you retire, they get your pension. half of it if you get divorced. Because in the military, I think you have to be married 10 years to your husband to get the benefits. So after 10 years, anything can happen.
And another thing to add to that too, I think if you get caught being unfaithful to your wife, there's some kind of ramification for that too.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So you mean to tell me I got to go halfway around this marble that's floating through space that we call Earth? I got to go halfway around the world, risk bleeding out in the sand, risk coming back with all kind of adverse health effects. You know, risk losing my sanity over there and forever being damaged by PTSD. You know, those are the risks that we take, and women take it too, but not at the same rate that men do. You know, if we're so equal, why are there not just as many women in the military as there are men, right?
Fact.
And I'm not somebody who's saying that a woman shouldn't get paid the same for doing the work that a man does. I believe, I believe in equality. You know, that's only right. I think that's common sense. What we're saying is when you talk about high risk jobs, or you talk about jobs where you have a higher likelihood of losing your life, then it's more men doing it. You know what I mean? Not just here in America, but across the board, you know. So we play this game here in Western culture where, you know, we talk about equality, but when you really look at the stats, it doesn't line up. You know, women's equality is rooted in men's efforts. You know what I mean? So.
Hello. Let me say, shout out to brother Chad Poole. Facts. I tell my wife this all the time. Lovely wife. Look at that brother. That's a married brother. Oh, how come he got somebody? Where y'all at?
Wait, O'Shea, but she's not dark skinned though.
Oh my goodness. Successful black man is highly sought after by all women. Successful black men can have any race of women he chooses, and that's why he's the prize. Thank you, brother. Cut to the chase. Shout out to Julian Brown. The brother graduated my old school. Go Jags. Shout out to brother Julian. Let me say something real quick, right? And I want to talk about this because, you know, on the Holly gang, we tend to have guys. I think me and Wrench might be the only ones that are not like married or looking to get or getting married right now or
Right.
in on that level. But most of the guys are married. Andre was married and is looking to get married. Antoine Wade's married. Gabe A's married. Dita Rail's married. Let me say this, okay? There's this whole idea now that, you know, you black men are those of you who are, you know, in these higher fields, you're colorists. I want to address that because, you know, that colorism argument is starting to get stale. And, you know, and it's coming from the same group of women who feel that they don't have to do anything to, you know, actually even bring in 50% into a relationship. And I ain't talking about money. I'm just talking about willing to make the relationship work. This whole colorism piece is just fucking ridiculous, okay? Black men are when they get married, usually it's to one of y'all, okay?
Yep.
That's the truth. Especially with, and I got a video coming out, why are so many successful black men with black women? We're going to talk about LeBron. We're going to talk about Chris Paul. We're going to talk about Ice Cube. Like, do you know how many successful black men are with black women? I'm talking about like Cookie Johnson. We're talking about black women who, if you see them on the street, there's no doubt about it. That's black. She's black. All right. Here's the situation. Black men, you do have brothers out there that do like racial ambiguous looking women. That's true. And they may prefer that if they can get it. All right. I won't argue with you there. But a lot of black men are in the middle. A lot of black men are going to be like, okay, well, you know, she might not have the biggest booty, but she can cook. Or, you know, like black men, we're not just, one thing I hate about how women view us as a group of men, like we don't assess things logically. Like we're the only group of motherfuckers that don't think about stuff. Like even on dating sites, hello, we read your profiles. All right. Like a lot of times when we don't want to match with a woman, it's not because she's ugly. That could be a reason, but we look at your profile. Like we judge all of these things and make a decision. Men we weigh everything that men do for the most part. We weigh some sort of decision making process in it, and we try to logically assess it. when we're dealing with a woman, we're gonna look at, okay, we wish her ass was fatter. And I'm just gonna be honest. That's how we think. Anyone when we're looking at it, okay, we got a woman, her ass ain't as fat as we want it to be. Titties not as big. Blowjobs not as great. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna say, okay, but she does this, she keeps house, the food is good, she's dependable, I can trust her with money, she don't fuck my life up, she don't argumentative. Okay, these are the reasons that she gives for me to stay with her or be with her. And no black man that ain't got some decency going on gonna say, oh, fuck all that because she's dark skinned. She's a black motherfucker. No. And you know what? I'm so tired of you dark women or darker brown women with this bullshit. Okay? Like, we are not fucking animals. And I gotta talk about that. I'm so sick of people thinking that black men, we are fucking animals and everything we think about is animalistic. Like, oh, I am black man. I'm going to go eat. Arr. Like, no. We're fucking humans. Okay? Like, the same brain that you walk around with, and you know you have a frontal lobe, temporal lobe. Oh, we have those same lobes too. What black men are weighing are intangibles. Okay, so you dark. Okay, you got a weave. So many of y'all got a weave and a fucked up weave at that. And niggas still fucking you and being with you. And we don't like your weave. We don't like them wigs, red hair. You know, so many black women talking about, I want to change my color. You got red highlights and blue highlights and shit. We don't like that shit. But if you're a decent woman, if you're a decent woman, we're gonna say, okay, this motherfucker got these crazy ass Skittle highlights in. I'm not gonna say nothing because she's cool. She looked like she's stupid, you know, and even wearing them little stupid ass old lady flip flops and shit. The shoes y'all be wearing, we don't be liking that shit at all. We're like, what the fuck you wearing? But we let a lot of that stuff slide. And black men, I'm telling you right now, we are the ones, even when we're successful, we still are the most liberal when it comes to women. We still take the most shit. We still understand. So this whole concept that professional black men, you know, they tend to be colorist. No, what you need to do is color in your black and white attitudes that y'all got on and off. You know what I mean? That's what a lot of y'all attitudes. Y'all attitudes are colorist. It's you don't have enough colorism in your attitudes. Okay, you can be a little bit more moderate over here, a little bit more moderate over there. Y'all don't work on the intangibles. If a dark-skinned woman got those intangibles, a black man's not gonna be like, I'm not gonna fuck with her because she's dark. She's dark. I'm not gonna do it unless that brother completely doesn't like dark-skinned women. And every black man will make an exception if the woman is worthwhile. The problem is enough dark-skinned and brown-skinned women are too angry, too pissed off, already got a bad view of black relationships, and then y'all have that accept me as I am bullshit. And so you take your relationship with Pookie and Ray Ray and Junebug and shit, and then you bring it to us. So now we paying for another nigga's problems. No, how about you fix your fucking attitude, okay? How about you start working on your intangibles? And listen, if you're a darker woman, there's so many ways to make a woman. You like Fantasia. Fantasia's a dark-skinned woman, but Fantasia not beautiful, but she's sexy. There's things that you can do as a woman to make yourself sexy, and you not even got a fat ass. You ain't even got big titties. It's the way you can wear your hair. You can pick the right hairstyle for you. You can pick the right dress, the right things that accentuate your body. There's so many things that women can do to make themselves more presentable, even if you're the best looking woman. But one thing that you have control of is your fucking attitude. And a lot of dark-skinned to blacker women, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of time the skin tone represents the lack of commitment that you have on a relationship with a brother. And I'm gonna be honest, the women that are a little lighter or mixed, they tend to have a little bit, in my opinion, their attitude's a little bit better towards relationships, especially if they like black and white or black and Mexican or black and Asian, because their mama not black. And I hate to say that, but this is the problem. Stop trying to reduce black men to fucking animalistic thinking. We think just as much as anybody else does. We assess everything else that all of that is. We're saying the same thing. We're looking for the same things that a lot of times you're looking for, okay? You're not the only smart people in Black America. Black men are looking for the same things, but we have different things we're looking for. We're not looking for the same exact things, but we process them a lot the same. And if you are a woman into 2020 and you come in with the right intangibles, there is no fucking way you're going to be single. If you are a single black woman, your intangibles are fucked up. That's all it is. There is no single woman with intangibles right now that's not single. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say that there's nothing more attractive than seeing a sister wherever she hits on the color spectrum, right? There's nothing more attractive than seeing a sister who's able to, in a classy way, embrace the culture, whether it be braids, whether it be natural hairstyles, whether it be, whatever the case may be. Nothing more attractive than seeing a sister own that, being able to put it together in a classy way. And you go to the company function, right? And you stand in pride in your culture of what you are. You know what I mean? There's nothing more attractive than that. But as you said, you go through these profiles, and if you got the middle finger up, or you got on some booty shorts, and that's the main focus of the picture, or you're taking a selfie at home, and there's shit everywhere, all over the floor in the living room, right? It's a little money man diaper folded up on the damn island in the kitchen with a whole bunch of dirty dishes and a dingy Swifter wet jet attachment hanging out of the kitchen drawer. Like, man, don't nobody want to see that, man. Like, those are things that guys pay attention to that that they kind of get overlooked. The days of you go over a woman's house and she got panties hanging from the ceiling fan. She's like, oh, normally the house is not like this. I just really didn't have a chance to clean, and that shit is out of there. You know what I mean? All of those things are being looked at. So just want them to think about that stuff, man. Because I'm saying that jokingly, but you'll be surprised. I've in the past, this was years ago, I dated a girl, man, and she just had shit everywhere, man. And I stayed the night. She was working on the weekend, and while she was at work, I just took one of them big ass trash bags, and I just put everything in trash bags, and just kind of labeled it. And I said, I don't know what's what, but yeah, I had to get some wiggle room. I'm a big dude, you know what I mean? Shit, 6'3", 290 pounds, bro. I'm a big dude, man. I'm like, man, you got too much clutter up in this bitch. It's too many sales papers. It's too many sales papers. It's too many. I don't know what's clean laundry, what's dirty laundry. It's yeah. No, I'm not into that at all. So, we look at that kind of stuff, man.
Yeah. Well, let me just say something real quick. Let me shout out to Dr. Welch. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Then we had the brother, a good man. The brother gave $10. King John, thank you so much for the support. And guys, I want to say thank you. We have now 9,610 follows on Facebook and still growing. So thank you guys for following us on Facebook. We got 100 so far on the stream, man. I thank you so much. You brothers are really, really opening it up for us. Go ahead, brother, Dr. D.
Oh, I was saying, when I was younger, when I was dating, man, if you open up your car door and your car nasty, usually a nasty car equals a nasty house. Mm-hmm. And stuff like that, man, like Brother Wrench was saying, men look at now, they look at your feet. Men look at you from head to toe. Everything is being checked out. If your nails dirty, they fake, I mean, men look at all of that, and no man wants to go to a woman's house that's nasty. This is a rule that I always live by. I learned this from my dad told my brother and I. He said, if you can lay your head in a woman's house, any man can lay their head there. And he said, that's a determining factor. If you're going to seriously date somebody, and the first time you go to her house, she comfortably lets you get in the bed, you don't need to date her. And a rule of thumb for myself was, in 3 dates, a man gonna know if you serious material or not, because the first date, you sizing up. Second date, I don't know what's gonna go on. Third date, you making your decision. But men look at all of those things, little simple things. If a woman to me is too forthcoming, like, ooh, I'm gonna just push up on you, to a man, to me, it's a turnoff, because if you jump on me like this, who else you doing this to? I could be number 5, and if you going on a date 9 o'clock now, you could have did this 4 more times earlier today. So things like that are being looked at. The way you carry yourself. Oh, and if you got some thotty friends, you can count it out. Because no man wants to have a girl that has hoes as friends.
We just went way on for here.
Mm.
Especially, I want to shout out to Dash Talking. What's crazy that chicks from outside the USA have more pride to be African than the USA female. That gets hella points. That's true, especially even in Brazil. I want to say this real quick, right? Brothers who have something to lose are even pay much more attention to detail than you think. Like, we're not talking about black men in general, right? We're talking about like brothers that are like, high 5 figures, 6 figures are going to that. Like, those brothers have something to lose. You got Me Too and all that. So brothers are going to sit back, might not even have sex with you or try for the first 3 or 4 or 5 dates. A lot of black men, the higher earning and the more qualified they are, the more attention they pay to detail. And I'm gonna say this: for a lot of black women, we've seen you before. Okay, so what does that mean? That means in our 20s, our 30s, we may not have seen you before, but we've seen the profile before. We've seen the the reason why we broke up because he was a cheater, and I'm independent. I got my own car. I don't need no nigga. And I'm not like these other bitches. We've seen all of that before, like, for the most part. And a lot of y'all can disqualify yourselves with the same ass shit. Like, you think you're making yourself look smart or intelligent, but every talented black man has seen you before. Okay, and we might not say nothing, but that's the last time you'll hear from us because we've seen you before. You don't even think about being on the date with a qualified black man enough to even try to change what you have to say as a woman. You just feel you can just keep saying the same shit, blaming everybody else for problems. Once we see that, we like, oh no, yeah, because you're somebody. You disqualify yourself because, again, we have seen y'all all before, just like y'all seen us before. We know what we dealing with. So any little thing that you remind us, like, from what we seen like last week, it's over. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, one other thing I noticed, I was telling my fiance this is the sign of a woman has been raised by women. I don't know if y'all look at this. I look at how a woman sits down and they rub the back of their dress and cross their legs. You know how many women now that don't cross their legs?
Yep.
There's nothing more sexier than a woman sitting down, crossing their legs or rubbing the back of their dress. It's little things like that men notice. Say, wow, she sits down and rubs the back of her dress, or if she can't really cross her legs, sometimes she'll put a jacket over it. Men look at all of that stuff. I know I do it. And my fiance, I don't know what you call these things. They have these things the way they put them on the table, the way they hang their purse. There's all kinds of stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's little feminine things. Women don't realize little feminine things like that will take you from a 1 with a man all the way to like number 80. I mean, in a positive thing, you're like, wow, your value is rising. Little things like that.
Yep, I'll tell you one for me that I always look at, and I don't even have a conversation with them. It's just a dead hell no for me. They got a whole bunch of homeboys because dudes just don't want to be your friend just for the hell of it. So if you got a whole bunch of homeboys, I'm out. I don't even want to have a debate about it. And then, even being a fly on the wall, I've seen it to where a female has literally slept with some of the homies and got her new dude right around everybody. I'm like, damn, I'm looking around. I'm seeing 3 of them that you done let smash, and you got your new dude. He dabbing everybody up, and he helping dudes open beer bottles and shit. I'm like, nah, man, hell no. I'm not trying to do that at all.
And one other thing, if she, I'm gonna take this from an old video. 2 things. One of them I came up with myself. Like O'Shea said, he told his home. O'Shea did a video about his homeboy. She took her heels off and danced on the table or something in the club. and then that's a sign you need to leave. If she drank Hennessy straight, you need to get the hell on it. Keep it riding. I've never met a woman that drank Hennessy straight and good things happen.
Yeah, or she drank tall cans, man. She get a tall can of Schlitz, or she drinking Steel Reserves. You know what I mean? That's
and real quick, just about this whole colorism piece is basically what you're hearing are the losers of the dating market. That's basically what you're hearing. It's kind of like
there you go.
It's very similar to the fat shaming movement. Is they're trying to find a disadvantage or a disposition as to why they can't get anybody. So instead of women losing weight, they rather just say, "Oh, you just won't accept anybody who's thick and curvy." Notice they always have to use the wordplay to describe fat. But with the dark skinned women, it's, if you notice with women, their dating lives are political issues. Have you ever noticed that? Have you ever noticed that? Have you ever noticed that when a man can't get women, it's his fault, but when women can't get men, it's everybody's fault?
Yes.
Like you're literally writing articles on mainstream TV news stations talking about your dating life, and people are sitting here listening. You're hearing all these women. I can't find a man. What do you call it? I can't find an economically attractive man. They're literally trying to find any type of reason as to why they can't get one, so they can be proud of, I'm a dark-skinned activist, and I'm trying to make sure that women, know about their beauty. Long story short, you're trying to campaign so some guy will pay attention to you and you get chosen. And the chick I'm thinking about in particular, Rashida Strober. Is that the activist's name? Doesn't she have a light-skinned boyfriend?
She sure does, and be bragging about it. I mean, chicks be crazy, dog.
You know what I'm saying? So, and even when I go back to the body positivity thing, me and LAR were joking about it a few weeks ago. Is that women want to be accepted for their sizes, but you don't see anybody praising Bizarre from D12 for being his size, or Rick Ross before he lost all that weight. If you're gonna preach body positivity, it has to be on both sides. Just like with the colorism piece, it has to be on both sides. But it becomes a political issue because you have to find a reason as to why you can't get anybody. There's no reason why my wife and I were on marriage groups, Facebook and all the other stuff. We see dark skinned women get wiped up all the time, literally all the time. So it goes to the question as to what else is it? Because again, just like with the brothers who graduate and doing well for themselves, you post pictures of 50 black new brides and say they found a man. What's your problem? And
shout out to J-Dub. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're right. And again, it goes into, they make it a political issue because that's the only way they can find a way to make it to get national attention. Because no man is going to sit there and justify why he's not choosing a woman. That light-skinned woman, like you said, O'Shea, she might just be a little bit more feminine. She might be a little bit more receptive. She may be a little bit more understanding. And a brother's not going to sit there. And again, we don't have time to argue with you. And and when I go to panels, when I'm on radio talk shows and all these other things, I tell ladies all the time, the reason why you don't see men at these events because men aren't going to argue with you.
Yep.
Men vote with their feet. The only reason why we're here is, one, I'm getting paid, and two, I'm here to help you, understand your dating situation. So as far as the colorist argument, I'm getting tired of it. I was just reading about the battle rappers where the dude was talking about his dark-skinned daughter, and dudes and females alike were going in about I don't care if this is battle rap or not. He would have caught those hands. It's battle rap. Wives, grandmothers, mothers, all that stuff is on the line. From what I understand, you're supposed to get under your opponent's skin, but the second you say dark skin, everyone's ready to go up in arms, and it's like y'all literally need something else to complain about. What else do you need to complain about? Because the second dark skinned women, I'm just saying this hypothetically, they all get wifed up. Guess what? It's going to be something else. It's going to be, it's going to be the Amazon women who aren't getting chosen, the little people who aren't getting chosen, the women with lopsided butt cheeks aren't getting chosen. There's always going to be somebody left out, and they're going to start a movement about it. And again, 6 months ago or a year ago, it was the obese women. Now it's colorism, and I guarantee in 6 months it's going to be something else.
It'll be handicapped. We don't date enough women in wheelchairs. And
the tater thoughts.
Not tater tots. Let me do this. Shout out to Afi Kingdom. Shout out to the brother, and thank you for the $2 and the $5 super chat, brother J Dub and Afi Kingdom. We are the plies. If you don't think, stop chasing women and work on yourself. Peace, O'Shea. Let me do this. I'm gonna keep it going real quick for another 30 minutes. This is our best show we've ever had. And then what I'll do is I'm gonna lead this into the Wendy Williams celebrity junk. Wendy Williams wanting a beta male. You guys are gonna love that show. But I want to do this, right? We do have Coach Ali, right, in the building. And Coach Ali is a great channel. He has 145 subscribers. Since you brothers are in the subscribing mood, let's give him another 100, right? He's been dropping so much knowledge on here, and we're trying to bring him into the YouTube, black male YouTube community. I want everybody to do me a favor, and this is the channel that I would like for you guys to subscribe to, Coach Ali's Corner, right? And Coach Ali's Corner, he's here every night. You know what I'm saying? And he has 145 subscribers. Let's help him get more subscribers. Hit the bell on his YouTube channel, right? Do that. Press 1 once you do it. It's a great channel. You guys will not be disappointed, all right? I expect to see a whole lot of subscribers coming on Coach Ali's channel tonight. At least 55, getting him to 200. We want to help our brother grow. Let me just say this also. I have a video coming out called 5 Things That Turn Black Men Off. All right. 5 things that turn black. I won't go into it right now. But what I'm getting in 2020, and again, I want to go back to saying this. It's like black men, not only are we supposed to say anything about anything that's going on, we don't have any like we should just take any fucking thing, right? Like we don't think about nothing at all. We don't have turnoffs. We don't have standards. Black men will just fuck anything. Which is true to a certain degree, a lot of us. But still, we process a lot of things too. And we don't get enough credit for the things that we do process. And I want sisters to know about this. If you are a sister and you are single, and if the argument is just, we're not enough talented black men out there, I can promise you this. A good, talented, healthy, committed black man has been across your table 5 or 10 times in your life. It happens. You talk to any black woman out there, they'll gladly tell you, I've been proposed to 3 or 4 times. I've been in, they'll tell you, oh yeah, I've been proposed to. Why you not married? Didn't want to be. Oh, I dated nice guys. So it's not like black women are not coming across these opportunities, okay? Because even though there are 2 million less of the population, we got to understand this. Being a man, it's much harder in the black male community. And the reason why, some brothers are uglier than others. Some brothers are broke, all right? Some brothers haven't made it yet. Some brothers are nerds. So even though we're 2 million less, a lot of women get hollered at more. So there are a lot of, for a man to build yourself up, it's a process. Being a man is a hard process. So the thing is that a lot of black women earlier on, you're getting approached by brothers, shout out to Brother Counselor Murray, shout out to Brother David Johnson. You have brothers that are doing the work that want to talk to you. The situation is that also, for whatever reason, and sisters always put it on that they don't want these guys, but a lot of times you've also talked yourself out of getting a long-term mate. And I want to tell one thing right? For a lot of black women, do you know what you want? And this is important because even when I'm looking on dating profiles, and when you look at black women on dating profiles, what are they talking about? Well, they don't want no dick pics. They don't want no fuck buddies. But are you looking for marriage? Are you looking for, these things black women don't really specify. All right. So when a successful black man who might be looking for the same thing, it's it's always, well, I want to stay single. Well, I don't want to. So if you're not looking for these things, how can a man that wants to have the same energy with you find you? You know what I'm saying? You're just not going to be able to get there. So a lot of sisters, you have to take into account of, do you want a long-term relationship? Like, and don't say that you want the wedding. Do you really want a black man to be your husband? Okay. And do you understand what that takes? And I always say this: if you're a woman and you don't have somebody that's your dad wasn't there, go talk to somebody older who was married, that's successfully married. I think a lot of times, shout out to Brother Sonny Ali, he's married for some time. We need in the black community for people to take marriage and relationship advice from people who've actually done these things. Because when women say they want to get married and be in a relationship, is it just the wedding you're looking for? Or are you really committed to something like this, building a life, the goods and the bad? And a lot of times sisters don't want that part of the deal. They want the wedding, they want the ceremony, they want the after party, they want to have the ring, they want to be recognized as a woman off the market, but all the other things to be put into that relationship, they don't want that side of it. And so a lot of times when women are presenting themselves out in the dating market, you're not letting yourself be known. Like, do you want a man? We're not saying that you got to go up and approach guys or holler at guys, but are you looking for this? And a lot of times when I'm finding out is a lot of black women don't do that. But a lot of the non-black women, when they see a Counselor Murray, a Reg Turner, a Sonny, or whatever brother like myself, white women, non-black women, they already know from jump, from 1920, I want to be married. I want to be this guy has qualities. Sisters don't look at it like that. So, when the brothers start, becoming the prize and they the prize with somebody else, then you get mad. So that's all I wanted to contribute on that. Thank you, Brother David Johnson.
You made a video and that you could reference it here. Do black women want a hard-working man? And that sums up a lot. Hello?
No, you're right. No, they don't want no hard-working man. Yeah, go ahead,
Brother Donnell, for his comment.
Yeah.
Hold on one second. How many subscribers did we get on Coach Ali's Corner? Let me see what we got. 162. Okay. Can we get 38 more people to subscribe to Brother Sonny Ali? Okay. Slowly but surely, we getting there. Coach Ali's Corner. And then any other things you brothers want to talk about right now? While we got 567. Make sure you like the video because it's gonna get a lot of replays. Any other things you guys want to say?
I don't know if we could talk about other topics or something, or what. Anything reference to this?
I think one of the main takeaways I would hope that sisters get from this video is the same thing that we were talking about earlier with the young lady who picked and choose what part of the conversation she wanted to focus on, is to listen for, is there any kind of information throughout this hour and a half long conversation that we've had, whether you agree with it or not. Does it make sense? Does it tap into or does it answer any questions you may have had, right? I think that I've said it once and I'll say it again, just be glad to be in the room, because a lot of times when they have those conversations, we're not in the comments, bashing and trying to steer the conversation in a different direction. So just be glad to be able to be a fly on the wall and kind of soak this information up, or to at least hear what the other side of the aisle is talking about, because it'll get to a point where it's not even up for debate no more. It'll look like Great Britain around this thing. You see everybody walking around with something different. So, and nothing against the UK brothers, man. But I think the frustration comes from brothers and even sisters wanting to maintain, build, grow, and sustain the black family, because it's under attack from people who don't give two shits about you and don't give two shits about where our culture will be in the next 50 years.
Right. And I was in London in August, and I will definitely tell you, that it is, especially a lot of the European Black women, they're really frustrated, right? Because like 40% of like guys in Paris or Belgium or the UK are with, because it's, so less a lot of interracial dating. It's like normal, right? A lot of Black couples are not staying together. Shout out to Dark Man Jeff. And guys, what I want to do is thank you, brothers, right? Because we're going to still keep it going. But I do have the Wendy Williams video coming out. So we're going to go straight from here to there. I thank everybody for subscribing to Coach Ali's Corner. We got 173 subscribers. I would like to get 27 more people to go over, especially if you're a Black man and you're looking for the motivation stuff and stuff like that. Brother Daryl Bly, go ahead and click on that link and subscribe to Brother Hassani Ali. Hit the bell over there. Help our brother get to 200. What up, Dark Man Jeff? What you got going on, Dr. D?
Oh, nothing, man. You just asked, did we have anything else to add? And I just hope this video, helps everybody to see where Black men are coming from and just celebrate yourself. I'm still finding I'm having a hard time, just celebrating myself. I've done a lot of great things, and I got to get out of the habit of, I need to let the world know, Black men are doing great things, particularly myself and anybody else. So I'm trying to get out of that norm of, you do things, but you don't want people to know. But I'm working on doing that too, to put it out there to say, hey, we are doing great things, including myself. I guess personally myself, one of the things is I'm not nervous about like telling my accomplishments. I know what the stigma that comes with it. Well, you can help us do this. You have money. You could do this and that. And it's kind of like working hard and nobody else saw the process, but now they want to come and get a piece of the pie. So that's one of the things. So I'm going to work on that for myself, celebrate myself a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to do that. I'm very, when it comes to sharing good news, I don't like to put it out there. I just, keep it to myself. So that's one of the things I'm really working on. Because before I met my fiance, when I thought about a birthday, I'm like, while I'm getting older, I thank God that I'm able to. One of the biggest things I told her, I was when I'll be 36 on the 16th of this month. I said, one of the biggest things, I'm glad that I have a job and I can move all my extremities. I said, that's the biggest thing. I said, there are a lot of people that don't wake up every day, and, God waking me up every day and allowing me to see another day. It's a great thing for me. But she said, you need to celebrate it because it's a birthday. And I said, you know what? Yeah, I do need to celebrate stuff like this more. So that's just my take.
Yeah, Tyler remind me of my ex-girlfriend. I'm already mad at her. I'm gonna kick her off my goddamn channel. Coming in here looking just like I wonder why I didn't like her ass, man. She coming in here looking just like, oh my goodness.
Oh shit, can I get it? Can I get it?
Yeah. Go ahead. We gonna go from here. Go ahead.
Before I comment on the sister, I just want to say the reason why I get heated about these type of topics is because, and Osha, you're gonna know who it is as soon as I say it, is there's a particular YouTuber who says that Black men don't accomplish anything. Black men don't build anything. We don't protect our women. We don't fight white supremacy. But at the same time, she got her start and her build off a Black man's YouTube channel.
It's true.
So how can you sit there and say that we haven't done anything, but you wouldn't have a following if it wasn't for a Black man? Think about that. She's okay with saying that, and no one's questioning that. But for the sister who says it shouldn't be a competition between the woman and the men for who's the prize, we didn't ask for it to be a competition. This was brought to us, and no, you don't get to be my queen because you're Black, because not every woman's a queen. We're gonna stop that right now. Not every woman demonstrates queen behavior. In every kingdom, there's only one queen. You don't get to be a queen because you have a vagina. That's not how that works. Please explain to me how a woman who has 3 kids by 3 different baby daddies is a queen. And I'm being serious. Like, how can you, just because you're Black, I'm Black, your mama Black, grandmama Black? No, you don't get queen treatment. You have to earn that. My wife has been with me for 10 years, so she gets that title. She's held me down for a year when I was slipping. She gets that title. You don't get to be a queen just because someone calls you one. You have to demonstrate that kind of quality. And if you were such a queen, you would have had a king by now.
Hello.
You go from princess to queen. You don't get to be a queen just because you're an adult woman. You hear women say all the time, just because he's an adult doesn't mean he's a man. And it's the same thing, is that you want to be put on the pedestal for the simple fact that you were given, the anatomy of a woman. What have you done to be, what have you done to be put on the pedestal? You have to deserve that pedestal. And again, brothers, her comment is an testament to our standards, because when we're willing to, have sex with anybody, that's who we put on the pedestal. Anyone can get up there, sit up there, look at me. Black men love me and worship me and want to be there for me, and basically say, like, I have, I have a throne in the black man's kingdom, and you don't. And for the brothers who will try to defend her, you have fun with that. You have to earn your right to be called a queen. And that's the problem I had with the conscious community for a long time, is I'm hearing, queen, when brothers are using that kind of language, that's the conscious game, is what that is. It's the conscious game. Because you hear the sisters like, ooh, he called me a queen. He's really vibing my energy. You know how the conscious people talk with the Hotep shea butter and all that stuff, with the Egyptian musk on the neck. But
right.
This frustrates me.
and Alan.
Right. If I were to have a conscious name on a dating website, my name would be Hotep Triple Darkness Shea Butter Allah. Get all the names. And I'll just wrap it up with this, is that you have to compete. I'm sorry, sister. There's competition for who's the prize, because obviously we've basically described why men are the prize today. But the problem with sisters is they don't want to compete. That's true. If you want the top 10% of men, you have to be top 10% material yourself. The reason why women say they don't know where to find six-figure men is because they don't frequent where six-figure men, reside, or, they don't go to those type of functions. You don't know where they are because you don't dress the part. You can walk past one right, at the supermarket, but you got the sandals and the baby fat, leggings on, or baby fat, jeans on, and he's not looking twice at you.
Right.
So if you want to find a better caliber of man, you have to do better. There's a reason why there's a reason why there's a man's self-improvement section, or the dating coaches, the coaches who teach game. They tell the brothers all the time to do better. Get in the weight room, stop jacking off, get a business. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And so women have to start learning, for women, how to put the proper heels on, how to be feminine, how to have a nice shape, how to politely turn down guys. There's stuff that you don't know. And, since all men want to sleep with you, you think that you are marriage material. Big difference. Big difference.
Hold on 1 second. Gabe A. Oh wow, 524 viewers. I gotta stare at the panel more often. Let me say this, right? I do. Let me before we go. I think brother Wrench wants to say something real quick, but let me go to my next premiere. We do have the Wendy Williams wants a beta male she can control, but it's too late. So let me share my screen with that, and then because that's the premiere. I know I got you niggas in here, so I gotta make sure. So this is coming up in about, as soon as we get there. So that's the new premiere we have coming. But go ahead, brother Wrench.
Yeah. So in closing, what I'll say is I think black men have a better understanding than sisters do of our representation. Right? We understand that we are represented as deadbeats, like I said, age commercials. And I know I keep saying that because that really rubbed me the wrong way every time I see it. But you have Lizzo at 610 pounds twerking at the Lakers game, and we're talking about a damn pedestal. You know what I mean? So that, when you think about the representation, you have Real Housewives of whatever in the hell, right? You have Lizzo out here cutting up. You have all these different things where, and a lot of this stuff is information that a lot of sisters actually soak up because they consume, social media and all of these kind of reality shows. They consume it at a higher rate than any other demographic of women. So you have to be, I just want them to be mindful of how they are portrayed by the people who claim to be their allies. So, yeah, it's. I mean, at the end of the day, I would hope that they would take this information. Maybe all of it doesn't apply to sisters, but you had a chance to hear. You had a chance to be a fly on the wall and kind of listen to the conversations that are being had that y'all don't even know are being had. Take that information, run with it, use it, and use it to get yourself into a position where you are with a true king, and you can be treated like a queen, and we can kind of shore up and improve upon what is considered the Black family. So that's my piece, brother.
All right. And man, it was a great show. Thank you for the David Johnson. Right. I make women earn their positions, and most women hate that because they want things freely given to them. But no. And guys, I want to just give a big shout out to all the brothers that came and followed us on Facebook.com/Negro Manosphere. As we know, like, I am going to post a video over there tonight that's not on the site. Press 1 if you need to follow us on Facebook and have not done so, because I know we got a lot of things going on here, but if you have not followed us on Facebook, go ahead and give us a follow. Facebook.com/Negro Manosphere. I'm putting the link there. We just need a little over 375 people. So we've got 400 follows in just like 3 days, right? So I thank you, brothers, for supporting us over there. Even some of the sisters came over there and posted us. So I'm gonna be making exclusive Facebook content, so you guys can go strictly from YouTube over to Facebook and watch our stuff over there. For those of you that do that, so I thank you for going over there and keeping us up on Facebook. And now, thank you. So basically, go ahead and follow us on Facebook, brother. Facebook.com/ and follow us, like and follow us, right? Like and follow us, like the page and follow us. But now I want to talk about the next video that I got coming up, because you niggas know I got content for y'all ass. Why Wendy Williams wants to marry a beta male she can't control. And this is a roast. This is a roast. Can you put the channel of the coach? Yes, sir. It's Coach Ali's Corner, brother, son of Israel. Hold on a second. That's my brother right there. So you guys click on the YouTube link. We're going to send everybody from this stream to my premiere, right? And once we get 100 people in the chat, I will start the premiere. So 2 things for you niggas is on Facebook. If you have a Facebook account, like and follow me on Negro Manosphere, right? Make sure you do that. And if you're on YouTube, make sure, thank you, brother Chris, for following us, brother Kazi. Thank you so much. I know I'm directing traffic, nigga. But as you brothers are doing that, we're gonna go over to the next stream, and that is you don't want to miss this Wendy Williams roast. This is a classic. She got roasted up, and y'all need to watch this roast. Okay, this is a late night roast of Wendy Williams. I am roasting her. So come over here, come to the premiere. Once we get 100 people in the premiere, I will start the premiere on time. Any last words, brothers?
Not for me, man. I appreciate the content as always. Shout out to the other brothers on the panel, Dr. D, brother Coach Ali, brother Gabe, even though he wasn't here. Brother Antoine Wade, all of the brothers that contribute to the Hall of Game and just the channel overall, man. I think there's a little bit of something for everybody, but I feel good about the Hall of Game picking up the strides that it has over the last couple of weeks, man. It's been awesome to watch. So keep it up, O'Shea, man. We're gonna keep supporting. I know some streams, man, I get tied up and I'm not able to be on it, but I'll try to get in the comments and super chat or something. So keep it up, man. Keep it up. I think you'll be surprised to where this thing may end up taking you. I can already see it.
Oh yeah, brother. Well, thank you for reaching out to me, brother. And man, Dr. D, there's so many good, talented brothers out there that just want to see black men win, right? And you guys see, even the sisters, y'all can't. I've gotten emails from black women. You know, your information is so valuable that I have to come over and listen to you. I learned so much. I know, because y'all ain't over there learning about weaves and sandals all day. You got to come over here to get real information. I know what's going on. You ain't got to tell me. Go ahead, brother Dr. D. Any y'all last words, Dr. D, Hassani?
As usual, I appreciate being on the stream with the talented brothers whenever we can get together. And I just hope everybody takes this information and apply it. And as I always say, black men, and as Dr. Ali said earlier, practice dick discipline.
Oh, that should be our stream tomorrow. Practicing dick discipline. I'll want to take that D out, but that'd be a good one. That'd be a good one. These niggas are really like that one. All right. So guys, again, if you're on Facebook, I expect to see all you brothers on Facebook liking us. We need 370 likes, right? I appreciate you guys. Thank you, brother Abdus, for so many brothers, man, be supporting us on both platforms, man. It's crazy. So shout out to you brothers over there. We are going to go ahead. We have how many people on the Wendy Williams stream? So let me go ahead and see. We got 30 people waiting. So what I'm about to do right now is I'm about to make this motherfucker live right now. I know what you niggas want. You niggas don't think Fat Me Greasy. Because if I stay over here talking, you niggas want to go over there to see this motherfucking video. But I know how to deal with niggas. Let me do this real quick. You niggas think you funny, but you're not. All right, so let me go ahead and save that. I've been dealing with niggas too long. And let me go ahead and make this thing public right now. Whoop! All right, so guys, we are ready to go to the Wendy Williams stream. Thank you, brothers. Click on the link. All 455 people stay on this channel. If you go to the Wendy Williams, you see we have 42 people waiting, right? 42 people waiting right there. So make sure that you click on this link and go right there to the channel. Thank you, brother, for supporting brother Coach Ali. I think he picked up about 40-something subs tonight. Thank you, Dr. D. Thank you, Rich Turner. And guys, we will see you over there because the stream, I believe, has just started. Oh, white man holding us back over here. 51 people watching right now, as you guys see. So, guys, we are out this piece. Come over there and support us on the stream and have a good time in the chat. Come check the roasting out. Peace.